Well, good morning and welcome to Zen Fits. Let me fix my watch here so I can tell how long I talk. Okay, it's Monday and tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and the title of today's talk is Just Pump Gas. In Zen, there's a saying, just carry water, chop wood, just pump gas. And so the other day we went down to New Bern. I stopped to get some gas in Blackstone, and the Shell station had a new gas pump, had a big video screen there. So while I was pumping gas, I got to watch ads, and I felt like, wait a minute, I did. I wanted pumping gas was kind of like the last refuge of the cowboy, in the sense that you had to feed your horse. You had to stop your journey. You had to take a pause a minute, water the horse, feed the horse. You're on your journey. Take a moment and just pump gas. You couldn't do, it was kind of like a break in the traffic. Just pump gas. You stand there, you may put it on hold, so you don't have to hold the handle. Some gas stations, they're older and they took that little automatic click out, and you have to stand there and hold it. Or you just put it on the notch, and you stand there and maybe you clean the windows of the car. You walk around the car to see maybe if there's any dents in it or something. Or you put a squeegee and wipe some of the other windows or something. But it's a functional period. But now culture wants me to stand there and watch an ad. I felt a little encroached upon. I felt a little invaded. What next? Are they going to sell me refrigerators with video screens so you watch an ad when you open the refrigerator? What about toilets? There should be an ad machine at your toilet. There's some space. Wherever there's a little functional space, now we have to watch out because of the new technology. You can have an ad on your vacuum cleaner. You can have a little video going anywhere with an ad in it. Because you see, the old traditional spaces for advertising, TV, newspapers, magazines, that's all falling apart. So now advertising is looking for a new territory to invade because they have this new technology of video screens being anywhere. Put a video screen on your hammer, on your toolbox. So there's your toolbox. You watch an ad while you look for tools. Would you rather shop here and get this tool? So all these ads are going to be specialized, customized to your particular functions. So if you are, whatever you like doing, there will be an ad for you. Horrifying. So I'm just kind of reflecting on this, in this new invasion that we need to be aware of our culture, our materialistic consumer culture, which is like a fishbowl. I use this analogy all the time. A culture is a fishbowl in which we swim, but we can't see the fishbowl. We don't see the whole of it. We don't see how it shapes us. The fish does not know how the fishbowl shapes its world. It might be a square fishbowl. It might be a tube fishbowl. So the fish just swims, you see. It cannot see the fishbowl. It cannot see how the fishbowl shapes its very mind. This analogy now, so we're not really talking about fishbowls. We're talking about culture as a fishbowl. A culture is a fishbowl. That's a metaphor. A culture is a fishbowl that shapes your mind invisibly. So we need to be aware of how the culture shapes us. Otherwise, we're just no different than a fish. We just swim in patterns shaped by the bowl, not knowing why we're miserable, not knowing why we feel constrained, not knowing why we're cramped, not knowing why something is missing, dissatisfaction. Something is incomplete, you see. I need something. Oh, there's an ad for me, you see. So that feeling of needing something, of being incomplete, of being shaped, creates all kinds of imaginary demons, imaginary causes. The government's doing it. I know the liberals are doing it. No, the Trump is doing it. Conservatives are doing it. Somebody out there. And so we have all these theories now as to why I feel constrained and shaped and bent and incomplete and missing something, you see. Something is wrong, but I don't know what it is. It must be that. Or I blame myself, you see. So somebody's got to be blamed. Either some imaginary demon out there or myself, you see. And so there's where it's called, but we never see the fishbowl. We never see the fishbowl. So most of my talks and what I'm interested in doing, what gives me passionate curiosity is discovering the shape of the fishbowl. It's kind of like you have to feel it. It's like you're in a glass room, you know, and you can see the fields and you can see everywhere, boom, bam, you run into it. And then you begin to feel it like a mime, you know, you can feel the wall there, you know. That's one of the mime's great message, you see, is that one of a mime will feel the wall, and there's one YouTube I just watched, so he's feeling the wall, and somebody walks along and boom, runs into it, you know. Like, oh, it's a real wall. Yeah, the culture's a real glass wall, but you have to feel it. Oh, feel its shape, you see. So when you feel it, when you see it, you walk through it. That's the zen of it. When you see the glass cultural shape of your mind, the seeing of it allows you to walk through it because it doesn't exist. But it does exist. And that's the Zen fit, you see. You have to feel, you can't see it. You can't perceive it because you can't perceive glass. If you're in a glass bowl, all you can perceive is what's on the other side of it. You see. So, but you can feel it. So there has to be an awakening of your sense, your feeling sense of something is missing here. What is it? Let me question. What is going on? So this question, you see, wanting this curiosity of why I sense this, you see. What is it? I don't know. I want to find out. So I begin to feel it and explore it, you know, and then it becomes conscious. Then it kind of like rises up, you see. But it's always culture is always something you sense, I think, or feel, because you look around, you just see a gas pump with a video screen on it. Well, that's really all it is, a gas pump with a video screen. No big deal. Just don't look at it. You see, don't notice it. Okay, well we're kind of like playing with the two aspects. You have to notice it to not notice it. You have to be aware of how we become puppets to culture in order to be free from the strings of culture. You see, that's a good message right there. In order to be Pinocchio and become a real person, you have to be aware of how you've become a puppet. You have to deconstruct it one string at a time. Oh, there's a string. Oh, there's a string. Oh, there's a string. There's a string, you see. So that string cutting is your curiosity to see what's pulling you. Why am I irritated here? When I see that person on TV, why am I irritated? Or why do I have a little, yeah. You see, when I get a little rub somewhere, what is that? Why is that, you see? It's not the rub, it's not the person that's rubbing me. No, the rub is me. I'm the rub. Why does that person rub me? You see, blame them? No, the rub is not in them. The rub is always in me, you see. So why does it rub me? You see, I want to be curious about that. I want to ask the question without knowing the answer. So the question becomes seeing. The question that rises out of not knowing, why is this situation irritating me? Why am I feeling a little off here? Why am I feeling this right now? That's the glass wall. Why am I feeling this? I want to know. I'm curious. I don't know. That's why I'm asking a question. What is it? So I start to explore. What are the dots here? What is the connecting links here? What's going on? What is the whole picture here? I become curious. You see, I want to know, you know. Now that's pumping gas in a way. Pumping awareness. Instead of filling your mind, instead of allowing our minds to be filled up with culture, with just what culture pours into us, what culture pumps into us, sports, news, Trump, Obama, whatever, guns, all is just pouring in through every sense hole. You see, you smell it, you taste it, you hear it. The senses are being flooded with cultural imports, with cultural messages. You see, and we're being filled up with it. You see, it's pumping into us, and so we need to pause and say, what's the truth here? What's going on? You see, and with that, we discover the irony of it, the zen of it. The zen of it is that when it comes to pumping culture into our minds, you see, if I become really curious, I discover that it's my hand on the gas pump. And if I see that culture is me, that I am culture, the seeing takes my hand off the gas pump. It's kind of like you're out there with a hose, a water hose, and you're squirting yourself. Wait, who's squirting me? Who's squirting me? My left hand has got this hose and I'm getting wet. Who's getting me wet? Who's getting me wet? And I look and I become curious. I blame, oh, that person. No, nobody out there is doing it. Who's getting me wet? I've eliminated all the blames, everything. And finally I notice that my hand is on the water faucet, that I'm turning on the water. And the seeing of that, the seeing that my hand is turning the water on, turns it off. Poop. It's like if you feel something burning, and you look around, what's burning, and you notice your hand is on a hot plate, the seeing of that takes it off. There is no, I should take it off, or should I leave it on? The seeing and the taking off is one action. So the seeing, you see, that culture is pumping its messages of discontent, messages of dissatisfaction. You need something. Aren't you dissatisfied with that? You just bought that new car and now it's already obsolete. We've got a better car for you. Or whatever you've got, I've got something better. You know, something's wrong with that. It could be better. This will satisfy you. So culture is always promising satisfaction by creating the dissatisfaction. Creates dissatisfaction, sells you satisfaction, but you're never satisfied. So seeing that, you see, seeing that is seeing the glass bowl. Seeing that is seeing culture pumping us full of gas, you see. So seeing that is like a good fart. That's it. Thanks for dropping in, and I'll see you on New Year's Eve.